So back in I think it was 1998 when the council first put it on, it was really just to get people around the central city. It really just went around the central city in a loop. They had the big yellow ones to start with, and then they had some other ones that they afterwards. But it really was just getting people around the central city. Tourists really enjoyed it. People that were shopping really enjoyed it, and it also allowed people to park sort of outside the central city, get on and hop on the bus, and then hop off the bus after they wanted to go back to their cars and go back home.
I was talking to the manager of the Christchurch Central City Business Association. He was saying it's no-brainer because what it will do is connect people to different pockets of the city, because we are still developing. A lot of my friends might say to me, where's the bar scene, where's the retail precinct scene? If we had a public bus service that could do that, it's going to increase the economic benefits, isn't it?
Oh, absolutely. And I think one of the things that I've seen ECAN say is the city's not ready for it because it's too fragmented at this stage. Actually, that's the whole reason that I think this would actually really work, actually joining up those parts of the central city that are developed, who have pockets of undevelopment in the middle of them. This is the way to actually join up the central city so people can actually start enjoying different parts of the central city without actually the impediment of trying to drive a car in the central city. The other thing that's really important here is the western part of the central city, so the art centre, the art gallery, the museum. There's no public transport around there at this stage. That whole west end part of the central city doesn't have public transport, and there's a lot of elderly people that live in that part of the city as well who would use a bus service if there was one available.
Okay, it's a no-brainer in my view, but we need to be prudent of those costs. Who would pick up the costs? I understand the council or somebody, whoever deals with this, was seeking an expression of interest from private providers. What would that mean for ratepayers, though?
Yeah, so through the ECAN model, it would be a public transport. They'd have to go out for expressions of interest to get different providers to provide this. If ECAN don't go down that track, and if it ends up being council, remember we own a bus company. We own Redbus. So we would probably work through CCHL and Redbus to actually work out a way that we can do this so that it wouldn't be a big burden on the ratepayers. Obviously, ratepayer money is tight, and we don't want to put rates up anymore, but we do have a lot of work to do still, rebuilding whole lot parts of our city. But this is important for the central city. We are still quite a lot down on our rate base in the central city. If we increase the foot traffic in the central city, increase confidence in the central city, get people living in the central city, get people, that would increase businesses. The other big anchor projects that are still to go will increase business as well. That will actually uplift the rate base and actually create more rating for the city, so that it would actually reduce the whole rate sort of burden on everybody in the city as it's proportioned out over the amount of money that comes in.